Grad student. You're in your second year, correct?
That's right.
And you play the clarinet?
Yes.
How many clarinets do you have?
I have a pair of clarinets, one in B flat and one in A, and different orchestral rep calls for the two. And so I keep both of them in this double case right here. And then I have a backup set of horns that I used to play on before I got these.
So you have 4?
Yes. I need to sell the other ones.
Do you come from a musical family, or are you the first one to branch out?
It is so musical.
Oh, it's so musical.
It's like a performing arts freak show. The first musician in my family was my grandfather, and if you can zoom in on this book of scales on my stand, that's the stamp of his name, Jack Cohen. He was a jazz musician, played saxophone, clarinet, and flute, and taught in high schools and taught privately, and he was the man. He was my first teacher.
Aww.
So I studied with him for the first 2 or 3 years of my playing career, and then I moved on to other teachers. My uncle used to play clarinet in the Louisiana Philharmonic, and then he got a job at teaching at the University of Cincinnati, and then he got the job at Northwestern. And so when it came time for me to audition for college programs, I was considering Oberlin, CMU, and other places. And then I asked him, like, well, will you have me in Northwestern? He's like, only if I have a good audition. So I did, and I went. My cousin's a freelancer in New York, and he's another clarinetist. And my brother is the black sheep of the family. He plays the oboe, and he plays in the Colorado Symphony.
Was it an option for you as a kid for music? Was it still, or did you feel pressure?
I don't think I felt pressure, which is good. I think I felt inspired by the people around me, because I didn't get that direct pressure from my parents, because they're not musicians. My work ethic was built naturally.
Yeah.
And so I just had these like wonderful role models to look up to.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome.
One of my most recent projects is teaching through the Osher continuing learning program. I think it's called the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Not to be confused with OSHA, which is the workplace regulation.
Right. Different thing.
It's commonly confused with that. Anyway.
So I teach this program at Carnegie Mellon. The people that enroll in this program are mostly retired people in the Pittsburgh area. And so they might have an interest in music, but it probably wasn't their career.
Right.
And so, which is a really, really interesting group of people to work with.
So they made it 70 years.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I should see what music is about.
Yeah, kind of. So I came up with the idea for this course, and I called it Beyond the Notes, Music in the 20th Century. And so I wanted to, I had like one goal of just making someone's next Pittsburgh Symphony visit more enjoyable and more engaging. And so we talked about using descriptive words to describe the character and noting the timbre, which instruments are playing. And so this course, I really wanted to expand people's horizons. It was 6 weeks.
A 6-week course. And then
Yeah.
how many people showed up?
25 to 30.
20 to 30 every time?
Yep.
Wow. That's really encouraging.
I think it was great.
Yeah.
I think we all had a great time. Well, this is the primary space where I practice.
Okay,
So I've got all my reeds set up.
So I'm very curious about clarinet reeds. I do not know much about them. How many, is this a normal amount to have at once? Do you try to play through all these in one session? Or do you just play on them until you find a good one?
I know which ones are good ones and which ones
You
are
already know, right?
bad ones. I'm sort of like, some reeds are farther along, about a month old, and some just breaking in.
Okay.
So I have another box that I haven't broken yet.
So if a reed doesn't work well for you, do you just toss it, or do you do anything with a knife, or?
I do very, very little adjustment.
Okay.
Because when you get a reed out of the package with a clarinet reed, it's like 98% of the way done. And so if it plays well, then it's okay.
Good. Yeah.
And if it doesn't play well, it's almost a lost cause.
Wasting your time. Well, how many do you buy a month?
I usually buy about a box a month.
A box a month, and how many in a box?
10. That goes for about 30 or 35.
What's this?
What's this?
Yeah.
This is something I always keep in my reed case. It's called a Wind-O. That's WIND-O. And so it's an embouchure tool. And so how you use it, it's like this. So you see, you're pressing in with your embouchure muscles as you're blowing out. And so it's sort of a way to exercise those muscles off the clarinet.
And then is that just for clarinet, or the clarinet embouchure?
I know that several brass players use them. They're mostly used by clarinets because it mimics the clarinet embouchure the closest.
Yeah.
But I think any wind player would find that this helps.
What are you playing right now?
What's on my stand? Always scales. Always scales. There's so many, and there's so many different patterns. And I tried to keep a steady diet of scales.
And then what book? Is this a common clarinet book
this is the
that every clarinet player has?
Yeah, this is, you can see how old and well loved this book is. This is
best.
Carl Berman's complete method for clarinet. Also, I'm preparing for a recital right now. So I have on my stand the Debussy Premier Rhapsody. I'll be playing that. And Joseph Horowitz's Sonatina, which is a lesser known work, kind of jazzy.
If you could do anything in the entire world as a career, get paid for it, what are you shooting for?
I want to teach at the college level.
Okay.
And I want to teach at a liberal arts college. Because the students there will be totally inspired and into their music, but they will also have all sorts of different interests. And I think that is really exciting to me.
Did you get, in your undergrad, did you get an education or performance degree?
Performance.
You got a performance, and then this is also performance, correct?
Yep. Actually, my undergrad was technically a double major, and so my other major was arts education, and so I basically took a bunch of music ed classes. I took a couple marketing classes, and I took a couple musicology classes, and we call that a major. And that was that.
It sounds like you're really, really enjoying the teaching aspect of it, though. Do you plan on auditioning for professional level orchestras, or is that something that it happens, it doesn't, it doesn't?
Well, that's not the kind of attitude you can take if you ever want to play in an orchestra. And so
it's just a hard no.
It's either it's either an emphatic yes, I have to prepare for this audition, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I have to decide for myself what I need to do on the clarinet. And right now I'm preparing for a recital. And after that,
then you'll decide.
And after that, there might be an audition that opens up that I really want to take, and you have to prepare like you're gonna win the audition. After that, I think I'm gonna spend a couple years out of school. Maybe there's a doctorate in my future, doctor of musical arts, and so we'll see.
Great. All right. I think that's it.